Team, it is week 1 of the month. We are into the knowledge lab, and really importantly, we're going to look at the pillars, and we've got 5 pillars. I normally speak about 4, but I wanted to add an extra one in because it holds vital importance, okay? And we're going to be talking about that extra one in a second, but any kind of program that I am involved with will have pillars as fundamentals just to get done every single day, and 5 things that will hold together every single day, and that will hold together your week. So if you can get the majority of these 5 things nailed every day, you will go to the moon. You will go to the stars, forget the moon. So first up, why do most weeks fall apart? Well, the issue isn't really a consistency problem with a lot of people, it's a structure problem, and that's where the pillars come into play. People know what to do, don't they? And they intend to do it, they've got every intention to do that well. But without a solid framework underpinning the whole week, the good intentions get swallowed by all the crazy shit that goes on in real life, okay? Work gets busy, kids become a pain in the ass, which they do, don't they? Energy drops, decisions get made on the fly, and before you know it, it's Friday and the week's gone all to shit. We don't want that. What we want is structure and stability within the week. We want to make it as stable as possible. So the fix isn't to be more motivated and get up at 3 a.m. and go and do a 24-mile run. That's not what we're looking for. We need to build a week around these 5 pillars that are non-negotiable. Maybe 1 or 2 can be taken away slightly if things are really crazy, but these are the kind of non-negotiables that will keep you moving forward no matter what the circumstances, no matter what stage of life you're at, no matter what the hell's going on. You do these, you'll keep moving forward, and they are pretty much all doable every single day. So we get these 5 things right, the results take care of themselves, okay? So the 5 pillars at a glance, first and foremost. The first one, nutrition, the biggest. The mother of all of this, right? It is the foundation. It drives your energy, it drives your recovery, your mood. Everything else comes from nutrition. You have to get that nailed as often as you possibly can. Steps and movement is the second thing. It is the most underrated pillar that we've got here. What you do the other 23 hours of the day outside of the gym is more important than what you do inside of the gym. And that's why steps and daily movement is so crucial. Then we move into the structured workout side of stuff. So they need to be progressive workouts, repeatable sessions that you really get familiar with the exercises so you can push yourself more with them. Not about punishing yourself with workouts, it's about building the future version of you from a muscular standpoint, physical standpoint, health and fitness standpoint, but also a character standpoint. Hydration is next up, the easiest when available. Every single day you should be nailing this. If you're not, something needs to be done. Most people completely ignore it. I don't understand why. It's the one thing that keeps us alive and people ignore it. And in sleep and recovery, this is the 5th one that I've added in because it is super important. This is where results really come to the fore, okay? If you get good sleep, you make better decisions the next day, you control your hunger hormones, you control your hormones in general, and it will just make the whole system run smoother. So they're the 5 pillars at a glance: nutrition, steps and daily movement, structured workouts, hydration, sleep and recovery, okay? Pillar number 1, nutrition. The foundation, like I said before, the most important one, not because it's the most exciting pillar in the world, because it's not, but it drives everything that you're doing, your energy, your training performance, your recovery, your sleep quality, even how you feel, all stems from nutrition. When your nutrition is off, every one of these pillars will suffer as a result of it. So it's the thing we need to get nailed first and foremost. The people who get the results that last forever aren't the ones who eat perfectly all the time. They're the ones who have a repeatable structure and they can just do it automatically, okay? The goal here isn't perfection, it's structure. Protein at every single meal, whole foods most of the time, and flexibility has to be included. Otherwise, the plan won't work. So protein at every meal is a non-negotiable. Every single meal, there's some form of protein. Whole foods most of the time, not all of the time, most of it. We want to get some good fiber in there as well. And we want flexibility so the plan survives real life. So you can have some chocolate, you can have a bit of alcohol, you can have crisps, pizza, burgers, you can have that in moderation as part of a flexible diet moving forward. Pillar number 2, steps and daily movement. Okay, this is a very underrated one, and you burn the most amount of calories doing, well, bar from your BMR, which is just the calories you burn being a human being, just functioning. You burn more from daily movement than you will in the gym. So this is why it needs to be bloody on point, okay? People obsess over the training sessions thinking, oh, I'm burning 400, 500 calories. Highly unlikely you are, because the watches and all that stuff highly overestimate how many calories you're burning, but getting steps in, moving, burns a shit ton of calories, okay? So we need to be involved in that. The other 23 hours of the day are more important than the 1 hour. Even though the training session is important, the rest of it is more important, okay? Here is the reality. Daily movement, walking, taking the stairs, parking further away from the supermarket. This burns significantly more calories than a workout ever will. It also keeps your metabolism ticking over. It will support your mental health more than anything, and it makes every other pillar so much easier to maintain. You will just feel better. If you get these first 2 pillars nailed, nutrition and steps, you're on a good place, okay? And if you're consistent with that, you will make amazing progress. If your step count goes up, your results go up. It is that straightforward. The target is simple. Move more every single day. Doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. Boost metabolism, supports your mental health, burns a lot of calories, way more than workouts ever will. Then we want to layer in the structured workouts. Now, training really does matter as well, but how you train matters more. Okay, how you train. The mistake is treating a workout as punishment. It's treating it as something that you hate. It's treating it as something that's just ticking a box. We want to train with intent. You want to go to the gym or your home workout, whatever you're doing, get the job done with real purpose, real intent, then bugger off out of there, because there is more to life than training all the time, okay? It's really important we get this. The goal is to be progressive with the exercises that you're doing, with the duration of your rest periods, with the weights that you're lifting, and we need repeatable sessions that build strength over time. 2 to 4 sessions per week, absolutely fine. If it's done consistently, it will always outperform 6 mediocre sessions. 2 to 4 really good sessions will always be better, okay? The word here is repeatable. Can you do this session again next week, the week after? If the answer is yes, that is smart training. If you're crawling out the gym, dreading the next one, that's something that needs adjusting, okay? Training with intent, very important with the structured workouts. Then we have hydration, okay? Now, hydration is the pillar that most people know is very important, but they always ignore because it's boring, all right? Drinking water is boring. Well, firstly, I will combat that by saying it keeps you alive. Without water for 3 days, you die. You can live without food for about a month, 40, 50 days. Without water, literally 2 to 3 days, you're brown bread, okay? So we need to make sure we are drinking enough water, and it's not boring, it's part of human function. Your digestive system will improve, your energy will improve. If you're feeling hungry all the time, you're more than likely dehydrated. Get some water in you. Even mild dehydration affects your focus levels, your energy, your hunger signals, and your training performance, and also daily performance. So it's very important we do this, okay? If you're feeling hungry or tired, it's more than likely you are dehydrated. 2 liters is a minimum requirement for an adult human being. All right, if you're more active, you need to be doing 2 to 3 as just a prerequisite of what we're looking for here. More on training days every single day. Okay, so we're looking at 2 to 3. If you're an active person, 2 liters needs to be your minimum bar with hydration. It costs nothing really, like the cost of your water bill, just having a drink out of tap. It takes no extra time, and the impact on how you feel is immediate. You know, there is genuinely no easier way to get a pillar nails than just drink enough water. Sort this pillar, energy goes through the roof. Digestive system is so much better, and you won't be as hungry, simply put. And pillar 5, the sleep and recovery thing, been overlooked by myself as well in the past. You know, I've overlooked this as much as you probably have. Sleep is where results really do come to the fore, okay? Your body repairs muscle tissue during sleep. Your brain repairs during sleep. Your hunger hormones regulate during sleep. Everything good happens and repairs during sleep, okay? If you're underslept, your cravings will go up, you will have more energy crashes, your training will suffer a lot. So poor sleep will spike your hunger because it affects your hormones in that way. No amount of coffee or caffeine can fix energy crashes from lack of sleep. And obviously you won't be able to train as hard in the gym because you're buggered. On top of this, we make worse decisions with food, with exercise, with general life when we're tired, okay? Those decisions get worse and worse because we just lose that kind of the willpower to make better choices. So you cannot out-train bad sleep. It's important you try and optimize your sleep. If you work night shifts, I get it, but try and optimize it to the best of your ability. If you got young kids, I get it, try and optimize to the best of your ability, but don't just push it to one side thinking I'll sleep when I'm dead, or sleeps for stupid people. You know, we need sleep, guys. It's important. And if you can get 7 to 8 hours per night, protect it really well. So before you go to bed, try and get off your phone 30 minutes before. Maybe read a book, a fictional book before bed. Try and avoid the self-help books. Maybe try and avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. because caffeine stays in the system for 10 hours after you've consumed it. Be very careful with this stuff. And if you can improve your sleep, you will feel like a different human being, trust me. And how do all these pillars connect, okay? Well, here's the thing that most people do tend to miss. These 5 pillars do not work in isolation. When they work in synergy, that is when you are rocking and rolling, okay? When all 5 of these work together, even imperfectly, everything compounds. Progress accelerates, results start to feel inevitable rather than just feeling like an impossible task. So poor sleep wrecks nutrition decisions, low daily movement slows results regardless of training, dehydration makes everything way harder, and one weak pillar forces the others to compensate for it. So they all work together. Now, what I will say is that if you have got some specific circumstances going on in life, one or two of these pillars can sit back a little bit. So whether that's your training has to take a back seat slightly, whether your sleep has to take a back seat slightly because of certain circumstances, whether or not your nutrition is taking a back seat because you might be going on holiday, so you're kind of relaxing a bit more around that. Maybe you're injured, so your daily movement's taking a bit of a back seat. You can have one or two of these taking a back seat on any given day. If all five are working together, amazing. But if you need to have at least three of these working every single day, and you will keep moving forward if you can do that, okay? Simply put. So hopefully this has really nailed home the importance of these 5 pillars. These are the fundamentals of health and fitness. Get these nailed, you'll be laughing. Any questions, guys, give me a shout, and I will speak to you all really soon.